What's up, y'all? Let's go ahead and get into this Marry Me pasta. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Yes, my baby girl is the one who brought this idea up, and she also said, Mama, I want to make this. So you know what I did? Went ahead and got the stuff for her, and I allowed her to do her thing. So yeah, this is her in the kitchen, and she is, just buttering up these chicken breasts, right? Now, I don't know what the other young lady put on her chicken breast, but I told my daughter, sometimes when you're watching recipes and you're watching videos, you got to put your own little twist on things. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to exactly copy what that person is doing. You can add your own thing to it. So what we did was we went ahead and melted some butter, and we put some seasoning in the melted butter, and we just brought it on over here to these chickens, these good old chicken breasts, and started buttering them up with the seasoning. So, once we put it in the skillet, these things gonna be seasoning. You hear me? All right, so... Oh, yeah, and before anybody say anything, yes, I did have my daughter take these chicken breasts and made sure that she rinsed them, because we do not eat no chicken just straight out the pack. We definitely washed them off, okay? So, yes, that was done. Thanks in advance. All right, so back to the video. So I'll let her go ahead and, just pour the rest of the seasoning, the butter season over the chicken breast so that, they can be really, really, really marinated, right? Yeah, that way. So what you just saw was me going ahead and scrambling through the drawer because I was looking for these tongs so we can go ahead and flip these chicken breasts over. Because when you season something, you don't just season it on one side. You season it on both sides because you want that thing to be seasoned up. You feel me? Like, yeah, like we season over here. Ain't no half stepping. Okay? All right, y'all. So this is another part of the recipe. It is baby spinach. I went ahead and had my daughter go ahead and start prepping that so that we can rinse those. I told her we only just need to use half of this box that we got from the store because, it cooks down and we really didn't need it to like overpower the pasta. So yeah, just want to put just the right amount in the pasta. So that's why we did half of the box. All right. So we already had our onion right there to the side. Diced up because it was half of an onion diced that they wanted us to put in there. So yeah, as you can see, I have my daughter rinsing the spinach off, and you saw that chicken over there marinating. Yeah, so right now we got it up in the skillet. You hear me? So yeah, as you already know, we are browning these chicken breasts, just kind of cooking them until they turn brown on each side. I did eventually let her know, we could put all three in there, make some room for that third one. So we went ahead and did that so that all of them can cook at the same time. All right. So now, as you can see, we got all of it out. It's browned up. And we have the rest of the oil that was left over from the browning of the chicken. So you know what we're going to do right here. We're going to go ahead and add the diced onions up in that sauce thing right there. You feel me? Like we just adding it up in there. Let the onions saute and marinate. So yeah, those things gonna be real soft and sweet. Yeah. So like yeah, they don't like too much onions in their stuff, but in stuff like this, you really don't even taste the onions, so it's neither here nor there. All right. So you went ahead and did that. Okay. Next, we are going to go ahead and let these onions, saute. I'm going to go ahead and give it a little stir around in my good old oil and butter in the skillet here. Just want to make sure that they are translucent before we go ahead and add anything else in there. So yeah, I'm just going to keep stirring it, until it looks really good and until it gets to the point I can go ahead and add something else. All right, so now we are adding our sun-dried tomatoes. And let me just tell y'all this. If y'all have never had any sun-dried tomatoes in any dish of your own, baby, you don't know what you're missing. Like, you are missing out. When I added these things and I actually tasted it in here, like, it's something about them. You got to try them. I can't even explain it. And as y'all can see, I added some of the oil from the sun-dried tomatoes in there also. I don't know what we added that for. I just saw that in the recipe. So yeah, we went ahead and did that. All right, so now we're adding in our heavy whipping cream, to go ahead and give it a little bit of creamy texture. because that's what you want your pasta to taste like. You don't want it to be too watery or just too thin. You want it to have some creamy texture to it so that it can be kind of thick once it's done bubbling up. All right, so now as you can see, everything is mixed in together. We've already added our seasonings in there, so I'm not going to do that separately. So we're going to go ahead and add in our baby spinach. So as you can see, my baby is putting in our baby spinach, and I told her to just go ahead and put the whole, amount in there because it is going to cook down. It's not going to like just sit up and be spreading all over the pan and like hanging out. It's going to cook all the way down. So that's what I did, let her know. And as you can see, I'm showing her what it's doing as she was putting it in. It's already going ahead and cooking down. So yeah, so that is going to be really, really good, y'all. Look at that. Just look how it's moving and just mixing up in that sauce. Y'all, this is so good. I'm just letting you know now. I'm just forewarning you. When you get done and you see the after picture, the after effect, y'all going to be like, damn, that look good. But yeah. Anyway, we are finishing up putting the spinach in here, the baby spinach in there. And we're just going to continue putting the rest of that bowl in there because, as I said earlier, it is going to continue to cook down as we stir it in the sauce. So just take a look at what we're doing. We're just finishing up stirring it in there. I'm helping her stir the spinach in there, and just look at that. Look how it looks just sitting in there, right? All right, so y'all don't mind her crazy daddy. He just being crazy, talking about this, how you got to hold the cheese and you put it in there. Yeah, just a crazy person. But anyway, she's following after him. As you can see, she goofy just like him, and she putting her cheese in there. We actually use the mixed Mexican cheese. I think in the recipe that we saw, the lady used mozzarella, but we decided to go ahead and use the mixed Mexican cheese. So, I mean, it doesn't matter. It all tastes the same. Actually, we couldn't taste a difference, although mozzarella is pretty good. I actually like sharp cheddar myself. So, anyway, to each his own, whatever cheese you want to try to put in your recipe. Okay, guys, so as you can see, we're going ahead and add it in the pasta. This is the butterfly pasta, and y'all, this is my first time ever using this type of pasta. I normally use penne pasta or, the regular spaghetti noodle pasta, the angel noodles, or the really thin ones. Like, I've never used this butterfly one, so I really, didn't know what I was missing out on because I've never tried this kind. But when we saw the recipe, I was like, okay, we're going to go ahead and get that one, and I'm going to try that one. We're going to give it a shot. And y'all, when I tell y'all, it did not disappoint. It did not disappoint. This is 10 out of 10, period. Okay, so anyway, we're going ahead and mixing all the pasta in. It's taken me a second because to me, it was a little bit more pasta than what I thought, but it didn't matter because, you know what I'm saying, you just got to know how to work that wrist. You hear me? You just got to know how to work it. So that's what I'm doing this whole time. I'm working my wrist, working it, and I'm just covering up all the pasta with the sauce. So in a minute, you'll see how it's going to look. Right now, I'm still, doing my thing, trying to cover all of the pasta up and with the spinach and the sauce. So yeah, just enjoy watching this. I'm almost done, but yeah. It looks really good. I know your mouth watering. Yeah, because mine is too. Sitting up here rewatching what I did. But yeah, so as y'all can see, I'm already done mixing in all the pasta. It took me a little second, but we got there, and look, we still have some extra pasta juice hanging on the side right there, so that's a good thing. At least it's not looking too dry. That's what I did not want it to look like. It looks really moist. I still have some excess juice hanging on the skillet there, along with the pasta that's mixed all the way in and covered fully, right? So all of my pasta is covered. Okay, now, as you can see, we went ahead and plated the chicken. And do you hear me? This was scrambled delicious. Yeah, I don't even know what the hell I just said, but hey, it is what it is. And there go my baby girl taking a picture of what she did. She's very excited about her doing her own first dish by herself. And yeah, it just turned out really good, y'all. So as y'all can see, we still got it bubbling a little bit. And at the end, we added a little bit of cilantro. And we could not forget the garlic bread. Who can eat pasta without garlic bread? Yeah, argue with your mama. But anyway, we had to have some bread with our pasta, Marry Me pasta, and that's that. So, also, y'all, my daughter, she's just a giving person. So, watch her do this. Just watch. Yeah, she went ahead and delivered to her brother. This is her big brother. Look at him. He just can't wait to tear up into it. Watch him just chaw down, chaw down. Look at him. Eat him up. But nah, look at it. It was so good. He had to give his baby sister a hug. Oh, he like, I'm talking about any. No, I'm just playing. But all right, y'all. So now she is getting ready to take her second brother his plate, and right now we're going ahead and pouring him some juice so that we can have it ready when she takes him his plate. All right, so just watch her. Watch my little lady, y'all. Look at my little lady. She just a little lady. She looking for him. He wasn't in the den, so yeah, he was in his room. And look at him just laying there in the bed. Just laying there like, okay, I'll get up and eat. Yeah, get your butt up and eat. Your sister bringing you this food in here. Get up, make it happen, Captain. And then look, I had to move all of his clothes. Like, boy, why you got all these clothes on this doggone dresser? Kids, can't live with them. You can't live without them. I'm just playing. But no, I had to move all this stuff out the way so my baby could put his plate down. And he gonna get up and clean all them clothes up too when he get done eating. Yeah, that way. All right, so we set his drink down. He thought he was finna eat that plate in the bed. Hell to the no. We not doing that. Get up. Yeah, throw them covers back. Get on up and get to that desk and get to eating. You know? Yeah, do that. And tell my baby how good her food is. Look at him. He was finna dig in, y'all. Look at him, just finna dig all the way in. But then, guess what? He thought about it. My baby had to say his prayer. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. That's all I'm going to say. Amen, baby, amen. All right, now go ahead and sit down. Get you some of that good old Marry Me pasta. Let my baby know what she did, how she do. How she did, what she did. Yeah, look at that big old bite, big old hefty bite. How she do, Mari? Look. Had to go in, double down. Yeah, shaking their head. That's all you need to see. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Face that. Look at him. Oh. All right, guys, last but not least, we had to go in here and mess with the baby girl, the baby of the bunch, the last of the Mohican, Miss Skyland Jade. Okay, so we had to come get her and just, let her know that the food was done. Of course, she wanted to be hard-headed. My daughter was trying to put her sister on her back, but she didn't even want her to put her on her back. And as y'all can see, my baby got her clothes all everywhere. But anyway, don't mind that because they going to clean that up this weekend. But yeah, anyway, she finally let her get on her back. Or she finally got on her back because she didn't want to get on it. She wanted me to pick her up. And I was like, no, ma'am, we're not doing that. Mama getting old. My back getting worse. No, ma'am. But yeah, hold on to your sisters before you fall back and bust your head, girl. Like, hold on, look at me. I got to push her back up. She played too much. But anyway, so we brought her in the kitchen so that we can go ahead and get her plate done and made. As you can see, my other son had to come back in here and give him another piece of bread because he a big back. You feel me? Yeah, big back like that. So, all right, y'all, but I didn't get my baby girl showing her reaction to the food, but you already know it was a 10 out of 10. Just go ahead and finish up and take this all in right here. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. All right, holla. Until next time. Peace.